Hello my dear student, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a new video of your subject math chapter 8 comparing quantities part 2. So in part 1 we have learned about different things like your cost price, selling price, the profit, loss, the percentage, everything we have already learned, right? So in this video also we are going to know something more about this chapter. And so without wasting your time, so let's get into the video. As usual, you will get a lot to know and a lot to discuss. So let's get into the video, children. Alright, so in this video we are going to read about the simple interest, compound interest, again this compound interest annually, how to calculate annually, and compound interest, how to calculate it half yearly, and application of compound interest. So first one is your word, now simple interest. What do you mean by simple interest? Okay, before go to simple interest, first you have to know what is the meaning of interest. Interest means what? If you're borrowing some money either from a money lender or from the bank, you have to pay some extra money against your amount. That is your interest. All right. So it is first is simple interest, then it is a compound interest. So simple interest means what? That is the extra money charged on a loan where the principal amount will be fixed for a particular time period. So that is the extra money. As I told you, interest means the extra money only. The difference is what? The principal value will remain fixed. That for whatever time period you are taking, that value will remain fixed. And it is the extra money that a bank gives for saving or depositing money with them. If you're saving some money in bank your account, then they're paying some extra money to you also. And if you're taking loan also, you have to pay certain extra money to the bank. So in that case, this principal value, or sorry, this interest is working. So when anybody borrow money, they pay interest. If you are borrowing money from any person or from any bank, you have to pay some extra money. So the formula is what? My simple interest equal to P into T into R divided by 100, where P equal to principal value, T equal to number of years, and rate equal to rate of interest. Okay. By putting the formula, you can get it. See, rate of interest means per 100. What is the money you have to pay? If per 100 5% or 10% means per 100 you have to pay 5 rupees or 10 rupees, like that way. And finally, if it is asking what is the amount, in that case you have to add the principal value along the simple interest to know the final amount you should return. Okay. So see an example related to this question. Let's say find the SI and amount when a sum of rupees 50,000 is invested for 5 years at rate of interest 10% per year. So here the principal value is 50,000, rate of interest is 10%, and your time period is 5 years. And you know the formula, SI equal to P into T into R divided by 100. So instead of P you can put 50,000, instead of T you can put 5, and instead of R you can put 10. And remember children, if the number of year, if the time period is not mentioned in the form of year, you have to convert that one into year. If it is mentioned in the form of month or anything else, you have to convert that one in the form of year. All right. And if the number of year it is mentioning in your mixed fraction also, first of all you have to convert that one into improper, then you can go for the calculation. So after this calculation, you're getting the simple interest as 25,000. So this is a simple interest, and the amount it is also asking how to calculate. Now P plus SI, that means this 25,000 you have to extra pay. So finally what the total amount you have to pay? Now the principal value, that money you have invested, plus 25,000, that is 75,000. So this is the total amount you have to pay at the end of this 5 year. Alright, so this is all about a simple interest. Now come to the compound interest. What do you mean by that compound interest? The compound interest is the interest calculated on the principal and the interest for the previous period of time. That means वो साल का जितना भी principal value होगा, and that means the fixed principal value and the interest for that particular year, whatever interest you are paying for that money, that also included for the next year. That means the first year principal value and the first year interest combinedly become the next year principal value. So the principal amount increase with every time period as the interest payable is added to the principal. Simple thing. If it is adding means every year after year, the principal value change. But in the simple interest, the principal value remain fixed only. But here it is changing as the extra amount it is added per year. Alright. And the formula is compound interest equal to amount minus principal value. Okay. In the previous case, we are adding to calculate amount, principal value with simple interest now. So here by putting one formula, you will get directly the amount. So from that amount, if you subtracted the principal value, you will get the quantity of compound interest. Alright. See here. So when it is compounded annually, that means simply put the formula A equal to P whole 1 plus R divided by 100 to the power n, where A stands for amount, P stands for principal value, R stands for rate of interest, and N stands for number of year. Don't confuse it, this N and T. In simple interest, instead of number of year, we are putting T, and in compound interest, instead of number of year, we are putting N only. But the value is remain same. That means the formula is, the N and T both are meaning the same only. Now, the compound interest equal to A minus P. Now see here, by putting the formula, getting the value of A only. So from this A, if you subtracted P, you will get the value of compound interest. Now see one example related to it. Calculate the amount and compound interest on 10,800 for 3 years at 12 whole 1 by 2% per annum compounded annually. As you can see, it is mentioned compounded annually, and here you have to calculate both amount and compound interest. So here the principal value is what? Now 10,800. Number of year it is 3 years. So n equal to 3. Rate of interest is 12 whole 1 by 2%. So if it is mixed, converted into improper, 25 by 2%. Alright. Now the formula is what? Now A equal to P whole 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. So instead of P, you can put 10,800. Instead of 1, it is 1 only, and R equal to 25 divided by 2, which multiplied with 100 become 200, and the instead of n, you can put 3. So after the calculation, you will get the value 15377.34. You can take the approximate value. And finally, it is the amount you are getting. But if you are asking the what compound interest also, that means what is the extra amount you are paying. So for that, you have to subtract it from this amount to the principal value. You will get the extra amount, that is 4,577.34, which is your compound interest. That means against 10,800 for 3 year, you have to pay this much money extra, that is 4,577.34. All right. Okay. Now you see, if the number of year is not a whole number, then first calculate the amount for the whole part. Then use that amount as principal value to get the SI for the remaining time period. Then add the CI and SI to know the final CI with the principal value to know the final amount. So it is little bit lengthy. What to do? Now see, in this previous case, you are getting the exact 3 year. That means 3, it is a whole number. So to calculate the 3 year, you are calculating the all these things, the amount and compound interest. But what if the number of year it is not 3, it may be 3 whole 1 by 2, it may be 3 whole 3 by 4, whatever it may be. So in that case, what to calculate? Now you have to go for the first you calculate the compound interest or the amount for the whole part. Then whatever remaining part for that time period, you have to calculate again the simple interest for that. And that simple interest again you have to add with the previous compound interest to know the final compound interest. And finally, that total compound interest you have to subtract it. You have to add with the principal value to know the final amount you have to pay, children. All right. So see the example, you will get it to know. See, here it is asking rupees 18,000 for 2 whole 1 by 2 year at 10% per annum compounded annually. But here the time period it is 2 whole 1 by 2 year. So here principal value is what? 19,000. Rate of interest 10%. All right. Number of year it is 2 whole 1 by 2 year. So that means 2 year and 6 month differently can be calculated by calculating the amount for 2 year using the compound interest formula, and then calculating the simple interest for the rest 6 month, or that 6 month we can convert it into 1 by 2 year. So first of all, you have to calculate for the whole part, that is for the 2 year, by putting the formula A equal to P whole 1 plus R divided by 100 to the power n, where n stands for 2, P equal to 18,000 and R equal to 10 only. Right. So 10 by 100, it is just simplified 1 by 10. Again, you have to multiply this 11 by 10 with the 2 times with 18,000. And finally, getting what? Now 21,780. Remember, children, this is the amount after 2 years. And since it is compound interest, so this amount become the next year or the rest time period principal value. So the rest time period, since it is not a whole part, so you have to put in a simple interest formula. So here SI equal to PTR divided by 100, where P equal to 21,780. Do not put here the P value as 18,000. It will be wrong because it is a compound interest, and in compound interest you have to put the amount of the previous year. So here it is 21,780, and the number of year it is 1 by 2, and the rate of interest is 10 divided by 100. We are getting 1,089. This is the simple interest for the rest half year. Now interest for the first year, that means this 21,780, it is the amount for the first 2 year. So from that you have to calculate the compound interest for the first 2 year. How to calculate? The amount minus the principal value, you are getting 3,780. This 3,780, it is the compound interest for the first 2 year, and the 1,089, it is the compound interest for the rest half year. Now total compound interest, simply add it. 3,780 plus 1,089, you are getting 4,869. That means this is the final compound interest after 2.5 years. Alright, now this compound interest will be added to your amount principal value to know your final amount. That means 18,000 plus 4,869, you are getting 22,869, and this is your final amount you have to pay. Alright, now what if it is the compound interest half yearly? So in this case what will happen? It is also very simple. Simply one changes will be there. In this case rate will be half of the annual interest rate and the time period will be double. Rate will be half and the time period will be double, because it is always the rate, it is per annum. So for half year it will definitely divided by 2, and it is asking the time period is half year. That means in 1 year there are 2 half year now. So for that, in that only you have to multiply the time with 2. So the formula become what? Now A equal to P whole 1 plus R divided by 200 to the power 2n. This 200 means R by 2 into 100. And here also the compound interest equal to A into P. So here simply the changes is rate become half and number of time become 2. It is half yearly. So the example here, 62,500 for 1 whole 1 by 2 year at 8% per annum compounded half yearly. So here the principal value is what? Now 62,500. Now rate of interest is 8% per annum, that become 4% per half year. Number of year, it is 1 whole 1 by 2, that means it is 3 by 2, which become double. That means 3 by 2 into 2, we are having 3 half year in this 1 whole 1 by 2 year. Then simply put the formula, that is amount equal to R by 100 to the power n. That means here the rate of interest become 4 and the number of year it is 3. Number of half year equal to 3. By putting the formula, getting 70,304, which is the final amount. So compound interest equal to amount minus principal value, that is the 7,804. So like this only you can calculate. It is very easy, children. Don't panic, it is very easy. Just the calculation part is little bit lengthy, otherwise it is quite easy to do. Now see some practical example, that means where you can utilize this formula. Increase or decrease in population, because population, it is the compound interest only. That means whatever number of people it is present in this year, next year whatever extra number of people will be there, that will included with the previous one. The previous people added with the extra number of people. So it is the compound interest only. Then the growth of bacteria, if the rate of growth is known, that is same thing. Bacteria, whatever new bacteria is producing, this will included with the previous number of bacteria. And since in bacteria the number of time period should not take it as 1 year or 2 years, it is 1 hour or 2 hours is sufficient, because bacteria, they are not living more than some hour also. Okay. Then the value of an item, if its price increase or decrease in the intermediate year, in this way also you can calculate by applying this compound interest formula. So this is all about your compound interest and simple interest. I hope I am making more clarity. I am giving more clarity to you regarding this concept, and I hope this is informative for you and you are able to understand little bit thing. You are able to understand. If you are not able to understand, just read it, just listen it again and again. I hope you can get it very clearly. Alright children, so with this we have completed our term 1 chapter, and all the best to your term 1 exam. Do the best in your exam. So do not panic in this pandemic situation. Do not panic at all. Just do your best, and I know that you will do better in your exam. Thank you children. Thank you so much, and do not forget to subscribe my channel. And if you are having any doubt, just put your comment below. Thank you so much.